Today I'm going to show you guys how that really cool text breaking apart effect that Nike has used on their, I believe it was the Air Jordan campaign, can be pulled off in Adobe Muse CC with the new Parallax scrolling features. So what we're looking at here is a very, very simple effect that's pretty darn cool, but you'll be pretty amazed at just how easy it is to pull off. I'm going to close my sample here, and I've got a folder with these images, and this is how Nike did it. This is not how you have to do it, but the way they did it, they actually had 4 images, and if I open them up, you can see that they are assortments of letters. So one image is one random set of letters, another image is another random set of letters, and when put together right on top of one another, it says choose your flight, but when separated, it's just kind of gibberish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all these and drop them onto my blank black canvas here in Muse, and what I'm going to do is click in the same spot 4 times to make sure I drop them all in exactly the same spot. That's going to ensure that they line up and that the letters actually line up with one another to form intelligible words. I'm also going to lasso all these so they're all selected, and I'm going to make sure they're centered on my canvas, position the words in the middle of the screen, and here's where it gets interesting. Here's where we start to animate things. I'm going to go to effects, and I'm going to go make sure I'm on the scroll motion tab of the effects here. I'm going to turn on scroll motion because I want to take control here, and I want to make sure that this key position is 0 because I want this effect to begin right when we start scrolling and not before and basically immediately after we start scrolling. But I want the words to be together. I want them to be lined up when the browser is at the very top, which is what this 0 signifies, that the browser is at the top, that I've not begun scrolling yet. And what I want to do is start with a base of 1 for vertical scrolling, so these are all going to scroll like normal to start out with. And then I want to make sure that I have no horizontal scrolling, and I want to hit this little lock here because the speed's not going to change. It's going to scroll constantly. It's not going to stop. It's not going to accelerate or anything like that. So the motion before and after the key is going to be the same rate. So I'm starting with just a basic scroll rate of 1. That's going to scroll at normal speed. Then I'm going to go in and modify each layer. But I want to make sure that I don't have to retrace every step for every layer. I only want to modify the thing that's changing between the layers. So this sort of establishes a starting point for every layer. Now I'm going to go over to my layers palette here. This is also new in Muse CC. I'm going to expand it. Let me scoot it over a little bit. And I'm going to start with the first layer, which is a few of the letters. And I'm going to come back to effects. And I'm going to change the speed here to 1.4. So these letters start scrolling a little faster. I'm going to click on the second layer here, go back to effects. And this one will be a little bit in between, 1.2. So faster than normal, but not as fast as the one before it. And this last one, I'm going to set the vertical scroll to 1.1. So that one's a little bit slower, but also a little faster than the base. And then the fourth layer, I'm actually going to leave alone. I'm going to leave that at the base scrolling speed of 1. So now they're all different. I've got layer 1, the lowest layer that is, scrolling at 1.4. Layer 2 at 1.2, layer 3 at 1.1, and layer 4 at 1.0. So they're all going to be different speeds. So let's preview this. So I'm going to hit Shift-Command-E to preview in my browser. And voila. That's it. It is that easy. Pretty cool, right? I've got more tutorials to come. Stay tuned.